Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Showtime with Mike and Tyler. It's pay-per-view day.
Take my money. Take my money.
Blow it high, though.
They shot a movie once.
They shot a movie once.
In my hometown. I can't afford the hip, so you guys have to deal with me, all right? Everybody was in it.
Well, just picture that, man. Picture being in Maple Leaf Gardens and that song just ring through the audience.
Oh, I wish. I saw them at the Air Canada Center, but never at Maple Leaf Gardens.
Hey, no. I'm sure they must have played it in their day.
They did. Oh, yeah. Sometimes the faster it gets, less you need to know.
We are opening the pay-per-view with a shot of right outside the ring. You see the Tunney Championship, which is about to be defended for the very first time in a beautiful case. And on each side is a chair. And they announce that they're about to have two gentlemen come to the ring and sit with the belt, and they're going to be the men to present the belt to the winner. And to do this presentation, they announced the two gentlemen walking down the ramp right now, Maple Leaf Wrestling legends, Sweet Daddy Siki and Tiger Jeet Singh.
Oh, I love it.
So Sweet Daddy Siki, Tiger Jeet Singh come down to the ring to enormous applause and respect from the audience.
Rightfully so.
And they sit on each side. Right before they're about to announce, a bigger chair gets brought out, and everybody looks very confused. And then we hear from the back a muffled voice on a microphone saying, "If we're doing Canadian legends, why wasn't I invited?" And Abdullah the Butcher comes out.
What? What?
And sits with these guys, and everybody is confused.
Well, first of all, it wouldn't be a muffled voice. It'd be like "Hello, I'm Abdullah the Butcher." He's got a squeaky high pitch voice. Abdullah, all right.
I'm saying he doesn't know how to use a microphone.
Oh, that's fair. Abdullah the Butcher is.
I'm just trying to throw some. This championship is supposed to be a legacy championship to Maple Leaf Wrestling.
I would have went with Ron Hutchinson here.
I just don't know who's alive.
Yeah, fair.
I honestly don't know who's alive. A lot of them Maple Leaf Wrestling guys are no longer with us. A lot of them. But I know for a fact Sweet Daddy Siki's still alive.
He's on a hell of a karaoke joint in King Street.
Oh, he's on my list of people I need on the show.
I would love to get Siki on.
Tiger Jeet Singh, I'm 99% sure is alive.
I'm pretty sure he's still alive too. If not, you could get Tiger Ali Singh.
And exactly. And I know Abby's alive.
Yes, he is. He's Abby trying to sell his forks on Facebook Live for $100 a fork.
I can't say anything. I came this close on a drunken night to buying a $100 pizza cutter from the Gage. So
Tiger Jeet Singh is still alive, 77 years old.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
And it's so funny. A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about Tiger Jeet Singh on the tournament episode and the death matches. Tiger Jeet Singh all over counted out lately.
Absolutely. So let's go to it, man. We are opening this pay-per-view with Jonathan Gresham versus Mike Bailey.
I love it.
We are starting with a phenomenal technical wrestling match, which is exactly what they envisioned for this Tunney Championship. They wanted to bring it back to pro wrestling. Mike, with everything you would expect from Jonathan Gresham, everything that you've seen him in the pure title matches, he brings out against Mike Bailey. Mike Bailey holds his own with his very unique martial arts background coming out forward. Out of nowhere, Mike Bailey, at about the 15-minute mark, Mike Bailey catches Jonathan Gresham in the side of the face with a karate-style kick. He catches him right in the side of the face, knocking Gresham for a loop. He goes down, Bailey takes advantage, rolls him up, and gets the 3. And Speedball Mike Bailey is your inaugural Tunney champion.
I did not see this one coming. You beat your boy.
Siki and Singh get in the ring, and Abby can't because he can't get up that fast.
Was Abby bleeding? Did Abby kick himself?
Abby's been bleeding. Yeah,
Okay.
Abby was bleeding. Like everybody has Hep C now.
I was wondering how long it was going to be before the Hep C jokes came.
By the way, I'm still not booking Hannibal.
No.
Mike Bailey shakes hands and hugs both Siki and Singh. Gresham comes over, shakes hand with both Siki and Singh.
They all wave at Abby at a safe distance.
Gives a very. I'm not gonna lie. I wrote Abby in at the very last second just for a joke. Everything I have written is Abby is Siki and Singh. Gresham gives a half-hearted handshake to Mike Bailey, and he looks very disappointed in himself.
He's a competitor. He should be mad.
We go straight into match 2, and it is the returning Marco Stunt, who has been working his ass off, apparently, even though we haven't seen him since the inaugural show. He's been working his ass off in Petey Williams' gym to face Colby Carino.
Right.
Colby comes out first, and he looks pumped. Then Petey Williams comes out with a microphone. He says, due to green card issues, Marco couldn't get in the country.
Oh.
But Petey's dressed and ready to go. So Petey says, what do you say? Colby Carino versus Petey Williams here at the pay-per-view? And Colby says, yeah. So that's the match that happens. With Petey and Colby just putting on a clinic showing that Petey can still go even in 2021. However, pretty much out of nowhere, Colby hits the Carino expulsion, and he goes for the pin. But right before he gets the cover, out of the fans, Marco Stunt out of nowhere jumps in the ring and starts beating the shit out of Colby.
Oh, okay.
He really beat the crowd, and then Petey gets up, and they're getting booed. Petey gets up, and the bell's ringing, but they're both beating the shit out of Colby. Marco grabs the mic and says, "You're right. I'll never be as big as you, but I just proved that I am smarter than you." And then Colby and Petey leave, or Petey and Marco leave the ring, leaving Colby in the ring hurt.
Oh, I really hope that maybe there's a tag team match coming in the future. Oh.
Match 3. We're going to the Family Blood feud. This is a first blood match.
I can't wait for this.
I know you don't see this very often in tag team wrestling, but I figured I'd try it out. I had 2 ways to go. It could be elimination. You have to make both your guys bleed. I think I'm going to go with first blood rules.
I like that one. I think that's
only
better.
One guy has to bleed.
I think that's better.
So as the loose cannons are making their way to the ring, the Briscoes come from behind and just get things going. They start fighting right on the ramp. Jay and Harry battle down the ramp as Mark and Brian make their way into the ring and battle in there, while Papa Briscoe himself keeps an eye on Bronwyn the whole time to make sure she stays out of it. They do a lot of close spots, where they try to make each other bleed. Just doesn't happen. Near the 20-minute mark or so, the Briscoes and Brian Pillman make their way up the ramp. The Briscoes set up a table. Jay gets Brian Pillman up on his shoulders, and Mark climbs on the table and jumps off doomsday devices, throwing a doomsday device on Brian, but they both go off the ramp.
Oh, shit.
So Mark Briscoe and Brian are both out. Like they both fell hard off that ramp. Anybody who has ever seen anything from Maple Leaf Wrestling, you're picturing that big ramp that comes to the ring. It's not a nice fall.
No, it's similar to how AEW does. The AEW throws that ramp out every now and then on their pay-per-views as well.
And WCW used to do it every once in a while.
WCW used to, yeah, it's a tough ramp. That's a tough fall.
Yeah. Harry runs over, but gets caught in a spine buster by Jay and goes straight through the table that was set up. Jay then rips a leg off the table and goes straight Starcade on him and starts trying to rip his forehead open with the chair with the table leg.
Love it.
Before he can make Harry bleed, however, Bronwyn jumps on Jay's back. Jay flips her over and slams her on the ground. He still has that leg. He grabs her, smiles at Harry, and he's about to start cutting open Bronwyn's head.
Oh, that's my friend. Don't do that to my friend.
Harry begs Jay not to do it. Begs him not to do it. Harry rips another leg open, rips his hand open, and starts bleeding. Goes, go, 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 don't do it. The match is over because Harry's bleeding. Bell rings. Jay grabs a mic and says, wow. All right, boys, I was wrong. Only family would do that for each other. You just proved that you guys really are family. However, I can't win a match like that. Grabs that thing, walks over and starts cutting up Harry's forehead.
A little bit of respect, but fuck you there, right?
Their music starts playing. He goes down, he picks up Mark because Mark's still laid out at the bottom. The good old boys music starts playing and the
crowd. Are you using the Skinner theme song, please? Give me back my bullets. I'll lend you some money. Okay?
Oh, you lend me some money? Okay.
I'll lend you some money because I love that theme
Remember,
song.
I only have Canadian dollars over here.
Well, my company's American, so I'll give you a couple bucks.
We're going into our ladder match. That's Taya Valkyrie versus Charlie Evans versus Jordan Grace versus AJ Lee versus Alexia Nicole versus Allison Kay to crown the very first ever women's champion.
I'm cheering for Alexia Nicole here. She's my girl.
So it's a 6-person ladder match. We've seen it all before. We know what goes on. It's a melee. A lot of runs up the ladder. A lot of high spots, a lot of stuff like that.
This is awesome.
We're getting near the end now, and we've got Jordan Grace and AJ Lee. Everybody else is kind of been laid out to the side, but it's Jordan Grace and AJ Lee are the only two still in the ring, and they're beating the crap out of each other in front of the ladder, and they're both trying to race to get up the ladder. Every time one gets up, the other one pulls the other one down. Finally, AJ gets up one side. Jordan grabs her, puts her up for an electric chair. And as she's trying to go down for the electric chair, AJ pulls the whole ladder down with him, and they're both knocked out on top of this ladder. Taya Valkyrie sees this. She runs in. She sets up the ladder. She sees her moment, and she starts climbing the ladder. The two that were knocked out here, Jordan and AJ, they see this. They start making their way up, and they grab the ladder, and they want to knock Taya Valkyrie off. But who shows up? But the two people not in this match, the Inspiration.
Oh.
And they take out Jordan and AJ.
I like a little throwback to the first event.
There you go. And Taya Valkyrie wins. Taya Valkyrie is the very first women's champion of my company. She jumps down, poses with the Inspiration, and shows that I think there's a little team action happening.
Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is a bigger moment than Abdul the Butcher coming out.
So we show, there's a video package to show the legacy and the history of the Tunnies, Maple Leaf Gardens, Maple Leaf Wrestling. We're doing this basically to kill time while we set up a solid steel cage.
Ooh, let's go, Big Ben.
And it's a bit of a throwback because I'm using the big, thick blue bars.
Blue bars, I love it. You ever see the blue bars live?
Never.
I saw them once.
I've never seen a cage match live.
Really? I've seen two. I saw a Hell in a Cell match with the DX and the McMahons in the Big Show. But I went to a house show in Toronto, and the main event was Shane McMahon versus Kane inside the big. It was black bars, not blue bars, but still cool enough to see the match.
Yeah, that's the setup they used at St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
So Ben is here, Matt is here, and he comes out first. It seems like every time Ben comes out first, Matt doesn't show up. So Matt was forced to show up first. He comes in, he's in his ring gear, he's going to wrestle. He gets in the ring. Then comes Big Ben, and he cannot wait. He goes to the door. Matt runs over and he shuts the door. And Ben's trying to get in, so Ben says, "Fuck you!" Starts climbing that cage, and nothing's going to stop him from getting his hands on Matt Cardona. Matt does the classic chicken shake heel stuff. He's running away, trying not to get around Matt. Ben finally, after like 2-3 minutes of this shit, Ben finally gets his hands on Matt Cardona while Matt was trying to escape already, and he gets him right at the top. Power bomb off the top of the cage into the center. That's the very first move of this match. And this sets the stage, just shows how violent Ben wants to get in this match. So the first, I'm going to say 4 or 5 minutes of this match is all Ben. This is just Ben taking out weeks and weeks and weeks of anger and frustration out on Matt Cardona. Just beating the crap out of him. Finally, Matt Cardona is able to get a low blow on Ben. Tables turn a little bit. He starts trying to get to the door, trying to escape to the door. Ben grabs him. Keeps going on like that. But that very straightforward cage match. By the finish, Matt is trying to leave again to the door. Ben grabs him, puts him up in a powerbomb position, slams him against one side of the cage, turns around, slams against the other side of the cage, does that all 4 sides, ends it with a sit-down powerbomb right in the middle of the ring. He's not ending this by getting out of this ring. He wants to make sure he beats Matt Cardona. There's a 1, 2, 3 in the middle of that ring, and Big Ben Ortmans beats Matt Cardona in their rubber match.
Because he won't back down.
Exactly.
That's his theme song, everybody.
And I'm not changing that music.
No. I'll lend you money for that too.
So we already know that Taya Valkyrie is new first ever women's champion. What we don't know is who her first opponent is going to be.
I can't wait for this match.
Next week's show. Number 1 contendership versus it is Tessa versus Natty. This is crazy. This is just insane to me.
The legacy of these two.
The fact that I don't know if we'll ever actually get this match.
Oh, I hope.
So what we have is probably the best technical match we've ever seen 2 women have. They go at it. This is Bret Hart versus Tully. This is Ric Flair, versus fucking Arn, for fuck's sake. This is, This is the female equivalent to any of those great matches we've seen in the day. Finally, at the end, Tessa puts the figure 4 on Natty. After several attempts of Natty getting the sharpshooter on her, and Tessa keeps pushing it off. Natty goes, it gets reversed. Tessa gets the figure 4 on her and actually locks it in. She holds it. Natty's not giving up. Finally, Natty turns it over. Tessa's screaming. Tessa's so close. She's going to tap. She turns it over again. Now Tessa's in pain. They just keep this going. All of a sudden, the bell rings. The time has run out.
Ooh.
And this match is a draw.
What's the time limit? 20? 15?
20 minutes.
20 minute time limit. Love it. Love the stalemate here.
So they get up, they stare at each other.
Let the crowd boo because this is storytelling, folks.
The crowd is hot. They wanted a winner here today. They are very, very mad. Mauro Ranallo comes out and says that this will be fixed and he will address this on the next show.
Love it.
3 more matches to go. We've got next before we go into the match, we have a backstage segment where the Good Brothers are there with kind of picking on our old friend, Wonderful Willie. They're being mean to him. They're giving him they're giving him wet willies. They're not being
wet willies for Wonderful Willie.
Right? Yeah, they're not.
I get
being
it.
Very nice.
I get it.
They're not being very nice to Bill Apter. But who comes over to?
If there's one person that could like make me not like Gallows, it'd be Bill Apter if they're picking on him. You know what I mean? Bill Apter is my ultimate babyface every week. Bill Apter
comes on over? Who comes limping on over, I should say, because they're kind of beat up to have Billy's back. But our good friends, the Briscoes.
Oh,
they come over and they get in the Good Brothers' face and they say, "Hey, just to let you know, we're friends with Jeff Cobb and Josh Alexander. If you guys get involved tonight, we'll be there. So don't." And they walk off.
And then Leonard Skinner's music hits. Give me back my bullets.
And that brings us in to Prince Devitt versus Josh Alexander, which is basically a grudge match. It's 20 minutes of Josh beating the shit out of Devitt. Mm-hmm. And Devitt, however, he just keeps coming back. And at this point, for some reason, AJ's getting ready for his match. He's not out there. And the Good Brothers just haven't, maybe they listened to the Briscoes, but they haven't shown up.
They're Wedgie and Bill Apter. Are they treating him like Michael Cole, DX circa 97?
Pretty much.
Damn it. I love Bill too much for this. I might have to do a run-in. Me and Wonderful Willie versus the Good Brothers. Book it for tomorrow night on Blow It High.
Well, at least my backstage guy doesn't look like the Crypt Keeper.
Well, I mean, I got Jesse 10 years ago.
So Devitt finally starts coming back a bit and starts putting his own against Josh. But he realizes that he's pissed off Josh too much. Like, he's done too much. He doesn't know what to do. Finally, he gets down on one knee. He puts his hand on his face and he just starts talking to himself. And Josh sees that, and Josh sees his moment. He's about to go. He's going to kick Devitt's fucking head off. The lights start to flicker. The red starts to fucking go. We're teasing the demon. But then, while we're thinking, I forgot to say the fog is coming up. As the fog is coming up, out of the fog comes the Good Brothers.
Oh,
the demon was never going to come. It was the Good Brothers coming out of that fog. And
they said beat that. And the Briscoes said, "Don't get involved in the main event." They never said, "Don't get involved in this match." And
they attack. They attack Josh. They beat the crap out of him. Devitt hits the coup de grace, but in a really cool way. So what's his name? Gallows grabs him for a power bomb, and as he's coming down with the power bomb, the coup de grace coming down on his chest, just massacring him. Devitt gets the 1, 2, 3.
So where's the ref? Is this a no DQ match? Like, is there
no
rule?
I said that last week. This is
I
missed that. It's a no holds barred match. Yeah,
I missed that. I've been drinking heavily.
We
recorded 6 episodes in a row of this show, and I've been drinking.
I should have said at the beginning of the match, just to remind everybody. So 2 matches left to go. Our second to last. This is supposed to be your breather match before the main event, but nobody's breathing while we watch a classic in the making. It's Will Osprey versus LuFisto.
LuFisto.
I'm not going to describe too much of it. I want you guys to use your imagination what this could be. But in the end, Osprey wins.
I like it. Right move.
I put Osprey over in this.
Osprey needs to get some momentum going here.
Exactly. Osprey hasn't done a whole lot yet in my promotion, and I need to start pushing him. Main event time.
All right. I can't wait for this.
Jeff Cobb versus AJ Styles. Now, the Good Brothers have already made themselves aware. Oh shit! I'm so sorry. I fucked up.
You fucked up. You fucked up.
I did. I forgot to mention that the Briscoes have chased the Good Brothers off.
Okay.
And out of the building after they attacked Josh. And because you were wrong, they said they were friends with both Josh and Jeff. So if they got involved at all, they'd be fucked. Okay. So both the Briscoes and the Good Brothers are out of the building, gone. We're down to Cobb versus AJ. And it's just Cobb and AJ. No Prince, no Josh, no Good Brothers. It's a straight out match.
I'm pulling for AJ here because, I don't think Cobb wants to be Mr. Canada, and AJ is really embracing our country here.
So it's exactly the kind of match you would want from these two guys. Very hard hitting from Cobb. A lot of heel stuff from AJ going on, but at the same time, even as a heel, AJ can wrestle. So AJ is still wrestling like a champ. We're gonna go to about. This is a championship match, so it's no time limit.
Okay.
We're gonna go about 30 minutes, 32 minutes on this one.
Like it.
And it's going to be very, very close call. No, not a clear up or down in the whole match until the very end, where Jeff comes running at AJ. AJ just catches him in the gut with a kick really, really fast. And as fast as you can say AJ wins, AJ hits him with the Styles Clash, which is impressive considering Jeff Cobb's size.
Mm-hmm.
He rolls Jeff over. It takes him a while to roll Jeff over because he's so big. Even the commentators are saying, Ian Riccaboni keeps saying, if he's not faster, can he get the three? Can he get the three? 1, 2, 3. And it happens.
That's the right move.
AJ keeps the title. And we go off the air on this pay-per-view with AJ without his Bullet Club holding the title up.
It's the right move.
But he is holding this up in the other hand.
Of course. I had that. Love the Toot Sweet. I'm excited to see where you go from here.
How was my first official pay-per-view?
Yeah, I'm more interested to see what your next show is going to be, because you pretty much wrapped up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I have a couple feuds that could still keep going, but I opened up a few things too. I opened up Briscoes and Good Brothers.
I like that.
I opened up things for Osprey to do now.
Yeah. Osprey. Osprey's making a push now. Maybe he's going to take that Jeff Cobb spot. Who knows?
There's a lot for the women's division to do now.
I'm excited for it. I'm interested to see what you're doing with Josh Alexander right now, because I thought that Josh really needed a win at this pay-per-view. So I'm excited to see how he's going to handle a loss.
I think Devitt needed it more. Devitt's only gotten one win so far. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where you go with Josh here. I'm excited to see the rise of Osprey maybe.
But I don't think the story between Josh and Devitt is over.
I don't think so either. But I'm excited to see where it goes. I love this Briscoe. You know me, I'm a tag team guy, right? Give me the Good Brothers and Briscoes. I love it. I'm sad.
It's a good way for them to. It was a good way. They don't have to keep going with the loose cannons now. That story's done. Loose cannons can move on to something else, and the Briscoes can move on to the Good Brothers.
I'm intrigued where your women's division is going now. The number one contender match was inconclusive, so I'm excited to see where that goes. Love Natty and Tessa. Give me that all day long. I think you did great, man. I'm a satisfied customer after this pay-per-view.
Well,
and where's Big Ben going to go?
Very excited for yours. And yeah, what does Big Ben do now? There's still a lot of guys in the roster that haven't done a whole lot. So Ben was one of the only guys who's been on the show every week.
I'm excited.
So
I'm excited to see where we go from here. Your pay-per-view did exactly what it needs to do. It has me wanting to watch your next show.
fantastic.
And that's it, man.
Well,
great job. We're going to keep this going. And my pay-per-view is next week. Lots of stuff there. Kenny Omega and Okada going to go at it again for the world title. Brock and Walter, which is going to be a barn burner. Mixed tag match, Adam Cole and Britt Baker against Charlotte Flair and Cody. Dragon and Ibushi are going to go. Second City Saints against the newly debuted Red Dragon, who came on hot. And a couple more matches that I'm too drunk to remember right now. So,
all right, man.
And I promise I'll be in a new sweater next week.
That's Billy Red Lions and stuff.
Well, on behalf of a fantastic pay-per-view and another one to come next week, don't you dare miss it.
And poor wonderful Willie with his wet willies, he would say, "We'll see you at the matches."